To begin with, I will sing a few notes, swaras of a very well-known rag called Rāga Multāni. When Amay sang the ascent of the rag, you have to ensure that the rishabh which you sang, which reduces to a minimal level. Ra na na ra na na Now, when you in the usual schools, when they teach Multani, they will teach you the notation ni sa ga re sa ni sa ma ga re sa. So these, what happens when you do this? You miss out on the essence of that combination. The essence is ra na na ra. This is not ni sa ga re sa. It is not that. So ra na na re ra na na ra na te ta ra na te ta ra na na. It's like if you see Todi, the Gandhar is different, Multani Gandhar is different, Mimpalasi Gandhar is different. Again, then you have other raga, Jaunpuri Gandhar is different, Komal Gandhar. But they are different. It reminds me of why perhaps Ritvik Ghatak must have made a film called Komal Gandhar. It's got really so many different shades. So you may try. Ra Abhay, you try first. See, that Gandhar goes to your sounding like Todi.
Okay.
Try. Again you have, see this, it is so subtle. Ni sa, what he did was ni sa ga. This is not the Multani Gandhar. Ni sa ga re sa. Ni sa 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 ma ma ga re sa sa ma ga re sa. This is what happens when you go sing notes. I tried to not to, but just to explain I sang. But ra na na ra na na. I'm gonna try. Ra na na. To be so perfect in its approach, not perfect, but it has to bring out that feeling. Otherwise, what happens? You are now lagging behind. It has got a timing, so this timing is very important to communicate the beauty of this particular combination. So this element of timing must be noted for all musicians, especially rag singers, must note that when you are singing a particular swar, how long you have to hold it and how fast you have to get it down. In this case, re, na, 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 re, na, na. Now what people usually do, students, is ni sa ma ga re sa. This is only there to ease your understanding. They give you some positions where you should start, but gurus will tell you that these are only indicators. So ra, na, na, ra, na, na, it is coming closer to what I expect. Now this Tīvra Madhyam which we are singing, it is very similar to the Nishad of Sa. Ra, na, na, te, ta, ra, na, no. Now this Nishad and Madhyam, Tīvra Madhyam, are counterparts when you look at Pa and Sa. Nishad is the counterpart of Tīvra Madhyam when you take Pancham as the Shadj. So, ra, na, na, you cannot come below that. Because if you come below that frequency or that Śruti, then Multani will not be effectively sung.
So the relationship between Tivrama and Pa is similar to the relationship between Ni
and Sa. So, ra, na, na, Try this. Now this Gandhar is different from Ra, na, na, na. Similarly, what I told in Todi yesterday, last time, the similar thing. So when you are ascending from Nishad to Pancham or Madhyam via Gandhar, then that Gandhar will change its position
within the same rag.
within the same rag. So Ra, na, 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 Ra, na, 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 Ra, na, na, Re, ra, ra, na, na, no, ra, na. Try Madhyam. Ra, na, na, na. वो करने की जरूरत नहीं है, सिर्फ आप सा सा नी सा ग रे सा ये खाली लगाइए. हाँ, देखिए how it is actually. Ra, na, na, ra, ra, na, na. Now these are letters which we use normally in Dhrupad. Aranana, rananum, nate, taranana, rina, ranana. These are, there is a whole Varnamala which our Ustads have given us and through via tradition. So all of them have got a relationship of the there is a relationship of the rag, the swar, which swar how much you have to elongate, and the varna which is being used. For example, if I sing the dirgha swar, if I sing I will not do this I will not do because na is a rasva.
Right.
So these are all elements coming from Samaveda basically. For one matra, for dirgha, for rasva swar, it is only one matra. And that matra is decided on certain conventions which I'll go into next time.
Okay.
So, one matra is rasva, two matras is dirgha, three matras is pluta, or three or more is pluta. So, rasva, dirgha and pluta. So, when I say this is dirgha, when I say ra, na, na, this is rasva. So you can't, in beauty, if you have to talk about beauty of this gaiki, of this particular, you cannot say ra, na, na. This is not in the tradition.
Right.
So you have to do ra, na, na, ra, na, re. I cannot do ra, na. I cannot do this. It sounds odd.
Right.
So you could see that the Varnamala has got a very great importance in how we negotiate the rag. ta ra ra na no 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 ra na na of this lies while I am reaching Pancham, I am actually applying 2 Tivra Madhyams. Ra na na no ra na 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 ra na re तो श्रुति गाया जा सकता है. Shruti can be sung. Some people have got a reservation about whether you can sing Shrutis or not. They are just imaginary. But it's not so. Our gurus have taught us how to sing Shruti. It comes from Veena. Veena is the instrument upon which our entire vocal tradition has grown, developed. And Veena has also taken a lot from the vocal tradition. It is a symbiotic relationship between vocal and Veena. So ra na na ra na. This is possible. Re na ra na na ra na. Re na re na ra na na ra na na ra na na ta. Who will say that this is Veeraras? Rāga Multāni is normally explored or communicated as Veeraras. But now if you listen to the last combination which I did, which just happened, Upaj, it is nowhere Veeraras.
Right. That's very interesting because immediately when you said that, what came to my mind was that even if we consider a warrior, if we see a warrior going out for war, we don't know what he's inspired by. He might be inspired by a deep love for something because of which he's going for war. So all these rasas are also, they have their intersections, I think. And this is probably an opportunity to explore that as well in singing when we do.
It's a very, very nice example you give actually, Amay. Because as I told the intention, when a warrior is going, maybe he is actually also in one part of his mind, he is sad that he may not return.
Right.
So, and he may have a tremendous feeling of karuna for his family at that point of time. So there are multiple layers of ras in one rag. As even my very good friend and Guru Tulya, Ustad Bahauddin Dagar, has been telling me once when I met, he told me that ek rag mein to kai ras hote hain. There are several rasas in which I fully, resonated with.
Correct.
Because re ra ra na ra na ra na na no ra na na. I'm just singing the same notes. If you like to call them notes. Re ra ra na 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 no Now the Tanpura itself is giving me that Pancham. I don't have to sing.
Right.
Ustad ji used to tell us always कि तानपुरा को भी गाने को मौका दो, आप ही सिर्फ गाओ मत. So you let the Tanpura also contribute to the entire environment. It's like this, I'm imagining ki, there is a temple on a hilltop. There is Devi sitting there. So I've almost reached there. Re, ra, na, 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 na. So I have taken the darshan of the Devi without actually going there. But if I straight away sing, then I go to Pancham and come back. It is like a tourist going to some temple and taking a chakkar and coming back. Not really having the beauty of the darshan. Re, ra, na, na, ra, na, 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 no, no, ra, na, na, te, ta, ra, na, na, no. Ni, sa, ga, ma, pa. They will teach you ni, sa, ga, ma, pa, ma, dha, pa. But is it like that? Try both of you. Re, ra, ra, na, na, ra, na, 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 no.
Re, ra, na, na, no.
You see, the Pancham has got Shrutis. It is not one fixed note. Achal hai Pancham, no. This is not a Multani Dhaivat at all. Try. जोर से तंबूरा ताल पे. इतना वो लग ही नहीं रहा है धैवत. Beauty of that is Rana no. Te, ta, ra, na, na. Try.
Na, ra, na, na, ri. Na, ri.
Re ra na na ta ra ra na ta ra ra na na re ra na na ta na Now I'm taking a round avartan of the temple. I've reached the temple. So it's a small temple. It's a very small little temple. So therefore the circumambulation of that temple will be small.
Okay.
Re ra na ra na 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 no ra na re na ra na 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 ta ra na re na This is Pluta. I'm extending as much as I want. I can extend, but only this part has been caught, and Akar sirf gaate jana, it deprives us of a lot of phonetic aspects of our singing. For example, when I say for the same note Pancham, I can sing with this kind of Varnamala in different methods, or it will give rise to different beauties. This is simple Akar. Now if I see ra na 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 no ra na 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 ra यही अभी ते ते
अच्छा. So same तीव्र मध्यम पे na will create a different quality.
Yes.
And te.
Different. So Panini has given us the science of phonetics, and he has told us from where which sound, why that sound comes.
Right.
Re na try this. What I did was I controlled the volume. The letter is the same. The phonetics is the same. But I have changed the pran of that particular swara. This is different pran. Ra na na no ra na na na. This is again changing. Na ra na 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 no ra na no Na. This is Akar. Na. It is Anunashik, a little nasal. Na. Na. Who says nasal singing is not allowed? Should not be sung. One should be able to sing nasal.
Right, when it is required.
When it is required. Please try. And then there is this whole thing of from which particular side of the respiratory system your sound is coming. I'm not going into that in detail because these are matters of practice and so then when I sing the Tivra Madhyam, I'm not singing one particular svar.
Right.
It is around Tivram. It is Tivra Madhyam is an indication.
Right.
Re ra ra na na nu ra na na ra na ra na na
na.
Ra na na. This is straight. Ra na na. Ra na re na re na re ra ra na na na
Re ra ra na na.
Ta ra na na no ra na ta na to. Now if you must have noticed that there is no lay in this. Lay in the sense an external lay is not there. Right. At a set lay in which I am singing, it is not there. While I am doing it's just like I was on the other day telling my students how, a river, if you imagine a river, it goes through various terrains. So, in our Rāga Sangeet, if you are able to imagine, as I told you, the surrounding circumstances or certain other things which will decide your aesthetic, it helps. जैसे कि if I am able to imagine how a river flows, then I can replicate the entire movement in my alap.
Right.
And that would be a very natural way of approaching the raga, rather than thinking of sections of Vilambit Madhyale Dhrut or Alap Jod Jhala. This note will not give rise of an image in my mind where the river is undulating. It is giving me a feeling of a stable river with not very high speed.
Right. Now the quality of voice which Amaya has just now produced, it doesn't give rise in my mind to a very deep river. Right.
You sing sirf saag hai. what kind of river is coming in your mind?
It's flowing very silently. It's almost not flowing at a very steady pace.
Okay, but the sa which I sang, I sang with the image in my mind of a very deep, very slow, and very broad river,
Right.
which is going to be like that for a long time. It's not going to start, moving around too much. No.
Right.
For example, what I thought is, if I sing the same note, it's a stream.
Yeah. I got the image of a stream.
Same here. I was actually thinking of stream. So there is a communication here.
Yeah.
You see that if I narrow down the...
And the stream wasn't very zigzag.
Yeah.
It was,
So if I sing... I'm getting a feeling that it's a deep water and a very broad river, and it is just touched the boundary, the side of the wall of the river, and coming back. The water is just but this is an aggressive river. It is the potential is future is very disturbing.
premonition in it.
Yeah, it is not like this will be some very nice tributary of Ganga where you're sitting and meditating.
Right.
That madhyam is between Tivra Madhyam and Pancham. So this requires so Dhrupad Alap, I don't want to say it is difficult or easy or anything. It is a question of how well you are tuned to the Shrutis. Swar is also Shruti. ऐसा नहीं कि बस swar is something different from Shruti. Swar is also Shruti. Therefore, every rag has got a different sa. So harmonium played, when you play the harmonium and sa, and you sing all ragas on that sa, you are actually doing disservice to that rag. Therefore, you see in Dhrupad Alap, we don't use harmonium because it uses tempered scale. Here we are not using natural scale is being used. So the sa keeps changing.
So now, as against a veena, in which the little nuances of sa, like for instance, when we say I'm in Pune, it doesn't mean I'm at a particular spot. Just like that, I think it's like a spectrum. So, if I understand correctly, in a veena, you will be able to play around that point, which we usually call sa.
This is the acoustic aspect of that.
Right.
But there are other aspects to Shruti. The people have tried to create a Shruti harmonium which can play all the Shrutis. But then again, it's only a musical aspect of the whole thing. Ras itself is spiritual. The moment you try to grasp the rasa, you are entering into the field of spirituality. So it is no more the analysis of music which helps to understand.
Yeah. And like you said, just today, this thought was coming to my head that if you have to tie a shoelace, you tie it. You don't keep talking about how to tie a shoelace. It's very difficult to understand it intellectually. I mean, it is more difficult to understand it intellectually.
Because it's a different language. The language of music is music itself. So there is no other language by which you can really... You can see, aesthetics is all about talking about art. That is where we are different. We are actually, हमारे सब लोग कहते थे कि आप क्यों इतना बात करते हो, आप गाइए. पर मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि ये भी थोड़ा बहुत करना चाहिए कि we should also be able to talk in a language which everybody understands. If I tell you that re na ra na 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 इसको करके दो, you will have to spend a lot of time. But if I am able to explain to you in words, then maybe you can pick it up a little bit faster. If I write it down, you are reducing it to writing. Ma 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 ma. ये तो नहीं गा रहे हम. Re na na na. This is one of the reasons why most of the earlier generations in musicians were against writing down notations. So I'm in favor of that approach. So you are now just gone and touched Pancham and come back. But even without touching Pancham, how can you sing that Madhyam differently? You're singing Pama, Pama, you're singing.
Okay. Without touching or going anywhere close to that.
You can go close to it, but that is where you have to play. See, our apparatus, this breathing apparatus which nature has given us, is a wonderful thing. So you are creating beauty with the help of not oxygen. You are creating that beauty because of the prana shakti which is there, which you are actually using. So how that changes? See, re 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 na na te ta ra na. People have been talking that Dhrupad जो है, it's a masculine art form. तो वो ऐसे ही गाना चाहिए. और ना रे ना ते तरना रे. ये तो करना बहुत आसान है. गले का तैयारी आप करेंगे. If you develop your voice, do your practice every day and you can develop that voice, but ra na na te ta ra na na. It's a control of prana where it changes that meaning of that swar. So the language of Dhrupad vocal music is very close to the language of Veena's music. Veena can also do these things. Sarangi is one instrument which comes very close to voice. So try this Madhyam again. This is one madhyam. These are not places, notations which I am singing. Right. You can't help doing this. This is where you have to, the alap plays a very, the last time I talked about vyakta and avyakta. So my tendency is to do what he did just now, but I will not do that. Re, ra, na, na, no, ra, na, na. छोड़ो वहाँ पे ट्राई.
मतलब आप पंचम पे नहीं जा रहे.
उसको नहीं, मैं ये नहीं, उसको पूरा डोंट मेक इट अ सॉन्ग. मध्यम को यू एक्सप्लोर द मध्यम.
अच्छा.
वही तो आलाप है. Alap is the exploration of the arena when it started. Our whole musical journey, ancient music journey of music started. We tried to explore, find out what are the swara, what is swar. Right. Now, the point here is that this is a river which is steadily flowing for a long time, kilometers. It will flow very now. Suddenly it will encounter a rock or some undulating surface. Ra, na, na, ra, na, na, te, ta, ra, na, na, re. But the pace is the same. It has not become faster. Alap, vilambat alap hi chal raha hai. The alap is slow, but it is obviously the river is not flowing completely unhindered. Te, ta, ra, na, na, no, ra, na, 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 na. It's just the water is taking a side route. It has just touched a rock. Ra, na, na, na. Notes are the same. So आप इसको अगर if you write it down, it is going to be repeating the same thing, but it is not repeating. Ra, na, na. Finding a place. Re, na, ra, na, re, na, ra, na, te, ta, ra, na. Now it is hitting that rock. Ra, na, na. Water is coming and hitting. Ra, na, na. There is a splash. Ra, na, na. Te, ta, ra, na, na. Re, na, ra, na, na. Re, na, ra, na, 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 no. It's gone to the other bank. No, re, na, na. Come back. Touch that bank and comes. So there is some either there's a boatman or something. Because of that there are some ripples on the water, and the ripples may clash with each other. Re na re na 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 re na 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 te tara na. You have to maintain the Atma of that Rag. So Atma Upasana is what I am saying is that Rag ki Atma ko aap change nahi kar sakte. Ra na na te ta ra na na ta na re ra ra na re ra ra na na The stone was dropped in the water, it goes down and comes up.
It's almost, as far as we had announced the timing, it was almost 6 o'clock. So I think we can proceed with some questions and we can demonstrate accordingly.
You mentioned something about the Dagarvani Alap being, noted by the fact that while it has an intellectual bunyad, its execution is an emotion. Was that understanding on my side correct?
Emotion is one aspect. Rasa is the spiritual. The spiritual aspect is a very dominant role in Dhrupad Alap.
So let me ask you, sir, if the subject matter of the Dhrupad Bandish is more worldly, in praise of kings or the beauty of cities or lands, does the spiritual nature of the alap and the performance of the rag still override the description inside the vocabulary of the bandit?
Yeah, it's a nice question. There are compositions which are in the eulogizing the king and all that, but these are contextual. But these are not really the original form of Dhrupad music. It has always been in presence of deity. So darbar singing is not the original form in which Dhrupad used to be sung. However, even if there is a context of this kind, the alap gives enough leeway for the singer to go into the spiritual dimension.
Okay, very nice. I guess that's it for now, sir.
Okay.
Fair enough. This has been truly beautiful and lovely. I think I can speak for everyone. We got to understand the implication of nazakat and harakat.
Yes. So what we did today was only dealing, because in this duration of time we could deal only with the very slow form or the vilambit part of alap. There is madhyalaya and dhrut also, which also has tremendous aesthetic value, which we will consider in one of the next upcoming programs. Thank you very much, all of you. I must thank Bandish Studios, Piyush and the others, Ameya, who took all the efforts to really combine all this. Most importantly, Vivek and Shri, who are the other students, Anshuman, who ideated the whole thing. But last, not the least, all my gurus, I must Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om.